Hello everybody. Nowadays we are discussing the general studies paper of UPSC Civil Services Preliminary Examination held in June 2022. Normally we discuss 5 questions in a day. Today we will discuss more 5 questions. Let us start our today's discussion with the first question. The question is, if a particular area is brought under the 5th schedule of the Constitution of India, which one of the following statements best reflects the consequence of it? So this question is related with Indian polity, 5th schedule of the Constitution of India. So 4 options have been given. Option A, this would prevent the transfer of land of tribal people to non-tribal people. This would create a local self-governing body in that area. This would convert the area into a union territory. The state having such area would be declared a special category state. So out of the given 4 statements, statement A is correct. So we will discuss it in the next part of today's lecture. So what is there in statement A? It is mentioned that this would prevent the transfer of land of tribal people to non-tribal people. So let us know more about it. Schedule 5 of the Constitution. The 5th schedule of the Constitution deals with the administration and control of scheduled areas as well as scheduled tribe residing in any state other than the state of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. Actually, in our constitution, there are 2 important schedules, that is Schedule 5 and Schedule 6 related with this subject. Schedule 5 covers 10 states of the country, the names of which we will discuss in the next part of today's lecture. And Schedule 5 deals with the administration and control of scheduled areas as well as scheduled tribes in those 10 states. Next, in an area under the 5th schedule, there all land in scheduled area is presumed to have been tribal land and it cannot be passed into the hands of a non-tribal. So whatever the land will be there in an area under the 5th schedule, that entire land will be considered as land belonging to the tribal people, and therefore that land could not be transferred to a non-tribal person. So now there is a comparison between Schedule 5 and Schedule 6. As I have already told you that there are 2 important schedules in our constitution which relate with this subject of the tribal areas. So first, nomenclature. States under Schedule 5 are called scheduled areas and states under Schedule 6 are called tribal areas. So this is about the nomenclature. Then autonomy. Tribal advisory committee in scheduled areas don't have much autonomy and so don't perform administrative duties directly. So it doesn't perform administrative duties directly. Means tribal advisory committee is there. So as far as the Schedule 6 is concerned, it is mentioned that autonomous district council in tribal areas have much autonomy and so carry out local level governance. So it is important to note the difference between the 2. As far as the Schedule 5 is concerned, there is the tribal advisory committee. As far as the Schedule 6 is concerned, there is the autonomous district council and the tribal advisory committee in Schedule 5 of the Constitution does not enjoy much autonomy and therefore they don't carry out the local self-governance, whereas the autonomous district council under Schedule 5 that enjoys much autonomy, and therefore such councils carry out the local self-governance as well. Next is a Panchayat extension to Scheduled Areas Act, which is known as PESA. So as far as the Schedule 5 is concerned, PESA is applicable there, and PESA is not applicable in Scheduled 6 areas. So this is there. So next is areas under or states or areas of which states are there under the Schedule 5. First thing you should note that the states which I am going to mention here, the entire states are not covered under the Schedule 5. Some specific areas from the various states are covered under Schedule 5. So what are those states or names of those states? One is Himachal Pradesh, second is Rajasthan, third Gujarat, fourth Maharashtra, fifth Telangana, sixth Andhra Pradesh, seventh Odisha, eighth Chhattisgarh, ninth Jharkhand, and 10th it is Madhya Pradesh. So these are the various states, the area from which are covered under the Schedule 5 of the Constitution. And Schedule 6 states are only 4 states, that is Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. So these are the 4 states only. And another important point to be noted here is that tribal habitations of Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, West Bengal, UP, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh don't fall under either 5th or 6th schedules. So this is Kerala, this is about Tamil Nadu, this is about Karnataka, and this is the West Bengal, this is Jammu and Kashmir, and this is Ladakh Union Territory, and this is Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory. So what is mentioned here is that the tribal habitations of these particular states and union territories don't come under 5th or 6th schedules. So this point should be noted. It is very important from the examination purpose. So next question, consider the following statements. The Indian Sanitation Coalition is a platform to promote sustainable sanitation and is funded by the Government of India and the World Health Organization. Second, the National Institute of Urban Affairs is an apex body of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs in Government of India and provides innovative solutions to address the challenges of urban India. Which of the statements given above are correct? So 2 statements have been given, and we need to find the correct statement of the 2 given statements. So the first statement is the Indian Sanitation Coalition is a platform to promote sustainable sanitation and is funded by the Government of India and the WHO, means World Health Organization. This statement is incorrect. It is not funded by the Government of India or by the World Health Organization. What is it? We will discuss it in the next part of the lecture. The National Institute of Urban Affairs is an apex body of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs in Government of India and provides innovative solutions to address the challenges of urban India. Yes, this statement is correct because National Institute of Urban Affairs is related with the development or creation or planning of the sustainable cities for the future of the country, or the cities of the future we can say. Which of the statements given above is are correct? So statement 2 only is correct. So answer becomes B here. So now we will discuss about Indian Sanitation Coalition and National Institute of Urban Affairs. Indian Sanitation Coalition launched at FICCI, Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, New Delhi on on June 25, 2015. The multi-stakeholder platform brings together government, private sector, financial institutions, civil society groups, media, donors, and experts who are interested to work in the sanitation space. So it's that works for sustainable sanitation through a partnership model. So it works for the development of sustainable sanitation through a partnership model. So this is there. So next we will discuss about National Institute of Urban Affairs, which is abbreviated as NIUA. So India's leading national think tank on urban planning and development. As we have already discussed that it is India's leading national think tank on urban planning and development. It works on that. It advises the government regarding that. It makes the planning for that. So it serves as a hub for generation and dissemination of cutting edge research in the urban sector. It seeks to provide innovative solutions to address the challenges of a fast urbanizing India and for more inclusive and sustainable cities. National Institute of Urban Affairs NIUA was appointed as an apex body to support and guide the Government of India in its urban development plans. Its work today addresses the following thematic concerns. So these are the various thematic concerns which are addressed by the work of the National Institute of Urban Affairs today. So first is that is urbanization and economic growth. Second is digital urban governance and municipal finance. Third is urban infrastructure and built environment. Fourth is environment, climate change and resilience. And fifth is social development, inclusive and sustainable cities. So these are the 5 thematic areas. Okay. So you can say which are addressed by the work of the National Institute of Urban Affairs. So the next question, it is which one of the following has been constituted under the Environment Protection Act 1986? So 4 options. Option A, Central Water Commission. Option B, Central Groundwater Board. Option C, Central Groundwater Authority. Option D, National Water Development Agency. So the correct answer is C, that is Central Groundwater Authority. So some information about it. Central Water Commission was established in 1945. So obviously it was established well before the enactment of the Environment Protection Act of 1986. Central Groundwater Board was established in 1970, obviously well before the enactment of the Environment Protection Act of 1986. So Central Groundwater Authority was established in 1997 under the Environment Protection Act of 1986, and National Water Development Agency was established in 1982. It is also before the enactment of the Environment Protection Act. So the next question, with reference to the United Nations Credentials Committee, consider the following statements. So these are the 3 statements which have been given with reference to the United Nations Credentials Committee. Statement 1, It's a committee set up by the UN Security Council and works under its supervision. Second, it traditionally meets in March, June, and September every year. Third, it assesses the credentials of all UN members before submitting a report to the General Assembly for approval. Which of the statements given above are correct? So, first statement, it is a committee set up by the UN Security Council and works under its supervision. This statement is correct. Second, it traditionally meets in March, June, and September every year. No, it's not there. It meets just before the start of the United Nations General Assembly session. It assesses the credentials of all UN members before submitting a report of the General Assembly for approval. This statement is also incorrect. Which of the statements given above are correct? So only statement number 1 is correct. So sorry, in this as far as this question is concerned, statement number 1 is incorrect because it has no relation with the United Nations Security Council. Okay, so it is related with the United Nations General Assembly. So therefore statement number 1 is incorrect here, and statement number 3, which is here, that is the correct statement in this respect. So our answer will be 3 only, which is A. Okay. So now some information about it. UN Credentials Committee. It is appointed at the beginning of each regular session of the UN General Assembly. It consists of 9 members who are appointed by the United Nations General Assembly on the proposal of the President. So first point, it is appointed at the beginning of each regular session of the United Nations General Assembly, which I have told earlier also. It consists of 9 members who are appointed by the United Nations General Assembly on the proposal of the President. It reports to the United Nations General Assembly on the credentials of representatives. So these are the 3 important you can say points related with this UN Credentials Committee. Okay. So next question. So the next question is, which of the following statements best describes the polar code? First option A, it is the International Code of Safety for ships operating in polar waters. It is the agreement of countries around the North Pole regarding the demarcation of their territories in the polar region. It is a set of norms to be followed by the countries whose scientists undertake research studies in the North Pole and South Pole. It's a trade and security agreement of the member countries of the Arctic Council. So out of the 4 given options, option A is correct, which is it is the International Code of Safety for ships operating in polar waters. So this choice is correct. This option is correct. So our answer becomes A. So some information about the polar code. It is prescribed by the International Maritime Organization, which is known as IMO. It is an international code for ships operating in polar waters. It is mandatory under both International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, that is SOLAS, and International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, that is MARPOL. It came into force with effect from January 1st, 2017. It covers full range of design, construction, equipment, operational training, search and rescue, and environmental protection matters relevant to ships operating in the inhospitable waters surrounding the 2 poles. So this was all about the 5 questions of today. I hope the explanation would be beneficial for you. If you have any doubt, query or question, you can write in comment box. I will definitely address your queries. Bye for today. All the best. Stay happy. Stay blessed. Thank you very much.